This week on the Spotlight, Matt Thornton, the White Sox ace relief pitcher, talks from Sox Fest, and the newest bull, Lou Amundsen. We hope he sticks around. Then we flash back. You know that guy, Mike Ditka. He's always good for a comment or a laugh or something. And then we wrap up with some White Sox from years gone by, Eric Soderholm and Minnie Minoso, this week on the Spotlight. Check out my website, benkowski.com, for my weekly article and up-to-the-minute trivia sites. From wherever Chicago's sports teams are making news, this is the 25th year of the Lansing Floral Sports Spotlight. Flowers for every imaginable occasion at Lansing Floral Shop. Call them at 708-474-1212. They deliver. You've got to get to Jack Desmond's Irish Pub, Benkowski Trivia, Wednesday, March 6th and the 20th at 7:30 p.m. 20th, we got the video shoot. $10 domestic buckets on Wednesday. It's at 104th and Ridgeland. Jack Desmond's is a good place, and I have a show there. Want to get a haircut from a great hairstylist? Call mine, Rose Murillo, 312-726-2201. With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. Demi-Tasse Coffee Shop is a great place to go. 1066 West Taylor, right off the UIC campus. Breakfast, lunches, mochas, lattes, cappuccino, tea, baked goods, superb French toast, great chicken salad. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Get to Demi-Tasse on Taylor. You'll like it.
Hi, my name is Rose, and I've been a skilled hairstylist for over 10 years. I specialize in men's haircuts and in corrective color. Come visit me at Salon 203 at 203 North LaSalle, 312-726-2201. And while you're at it, come in and get a shoe shine and a shave. It's a great place where a man can be a man.
Sam & Sons Jewelers, easy to reach at 10640 South Cicero. Custom-made jewelry. They buy, they sell, they trade, they repair. Certified loose diamonds and gemstones. But remember, you can sell them and trade Sam & Sons Jewelers. Ignat's Restaurant in the old Italian neighborhood, 2421 South Oakley. Chicken Vesuvio and Cacciatore. Steak Isabella, veal Parmesan. It's rated highly by Chicago's Best. Time Out Chicago, 190 North, Chicago Magazine. Ignat's on Oakley. We're back on the Spotlight, and we're going to talk some White Sox pitching now. Matt Thornton has been around for some time. He's been an anchor as the left-hander coming out of the bullpen. He certainly has mastered the 7th and 8th inning. It looks like that's what he's programmed for again. And although he looks a little different with that heavy-duty beard, he seems ready. He seems highly conditioned, and he'll address his conditioning regimen. And ready for a successful 2013. Matt Thornton seems very, very ready. You know, that phrase, pitchers and catchers report, you know?
Yeah.
For those of us who live in the cold,
yeah,
and you used to, right? That's an important phrase for us. Do you have the bug? Do you feel the itch? Are you ready to be on a mound somewhere?
Anytime the new year comes around, you always get that adrenaline going and that excitement of spring training coming around. And, we really start cranking it up a little more and start playing catch and getting things going a little bit, and you can't wait for it to start.
I know last year you guys were tributing the 1972 White Sox with the red uniforms on Sunday, and some of those guys came around, but there weren't that many. But I look around the room here, and this year it's the 1983 team, some guys you actually might know, and Bainsey among them. What do you think of seeing those guys and hearing some of their stories?
Yeah, it's always fun to have the history of the White Sox around. We have a clubhouse that's pretty open. Ex-players come around all the time. We get to see them and hang out with them and talk to them and stuff. So one of my favorite uniforms actually that I've worn in the past, I think it was 08, we wore that uniform one time. So it's one of my favorite uniforms that the Sox ever had. And, it's just always fun to have the history of the game around.
I know I have that jacket. The team gave me that jacket for reporting on the team, and I was swimming in it when they gave it to me, and now it's kind of a tighter fit. Well, that's another issue. Although we were talking about Chris Sale about conditioning, and he talked about trying to improve his core strength so he was stronger at the end of the year. This is something that you've been through in appearance when you have 70, 80 appearances in a year. You know that drill about how to be strong in September, don't you?
Yeah, it's a system that you learn with only with time. You know, I'm going on my ninth major league season, 8th with the White Sox, and I've learned how to take care of myself throughout the season, how to back off at the right time, how to push yourself at the right times, and it's all about, for me, it's all about the off season, preparing myself in the off season and getting ready for the season that way, and building a good base that I can feed off and you know, take withdrawals from throughout the season. You know, I have that good base and get ready to go.
More so, I think, than the lineup. The pitching is very much the same. So it sounds like maybe your job will be very much the same.
Yeah, it's whenever you're based on pitching, you know, you're going to hand the ball over to the main guys in the bullpen, and I hope to be one of the main guys for the team to help us out there and help knock down games.
Do you care when you enter a game? I mean, sometimes conditions call, you know, for the lefty with the bases loaded and a tough left-handed hitter in the 6th. Other times it's the 8th. What's your thoughts on that?
Whenever they need me to go out there. It got to be a joke when Robin would bring me in with the bases loaded last year. I'd go out there to the mound and be like, really, again? You know, but it is what it is. And, you know, you try to pick your teammates up whenever you can and help the team win games. I don't care when I pitch.
How do you feel like where you are in terms of your career length? Do you want to go another 3 years? Do you want another go 5? You want to go 1? What do you think?
So they don't give me a uniform.
So you'll play. You'll just play and play.
Absolutely.
Would you really play till you're 40 years old?
Oh, I'll play till I'm 45. I don't care. Yeah, I mean, that's if I have a job, I'm playing. Like, I mean, there's no doubt about it. I love the game of baseball. I love the preparation that goes with it. I love the off-season workouts. I love the grind of the season, and I love the camaraderie and the group of guys that we have. So there's no doubt I'll play as long as I can.
Is this a conversation you ever have with PK? Because I think you guys are probably just a couple months apart.
No, we don't discuss it. It's different for position players. You know, he plays every single day. I play, you know, last year almost every other day. But it's just it's about how you feel, and I feel great. So I'm ready to go.
And a lot of it is how a person takes care of themselves. The modern-day ball player doesn't, you know, sell insurance in the off season, so you know you can work out 5 days a week and push it, right?
Oh, absolutely. You know, I usually take about 2 to 3 weeks off. It's less and less time the older I get. And, you know, I start working out in October at some point, and I don't quit. And I don't take vacations, and it's all about baseball and getting ready.
Beautiful. We wish you a strong 2013.
Thank you.
Thanks.
You've got to get to Lansing Floral Shop. Open at 8 a.m. daily. Besides a great array of live flowers, they have custom silks, Bridgewater candles. They want you to plan your parties early at a wide delivery area. They're located at 3420 Ridge Road in Lansing, or you can call 708-474-1212. Weddings, funerals, birthdays, anniversaries, and guys, try the No Reason flower. Believe me, it works. Lansing Floral Shop. Give them a call, 708-474-1212.
You've got to get to Kelly's Tavern. You'll have a good time. I'm cracking up thinking about it. Benkowski Trivia, 44th and Wallace.
Friday, March 15th, Pajama Night. Come get bonus points.
Come out and play. Bring your friends. It's fun. Kelly's Tavern, 44th and Wallace. See you over there. McKell's Inn, where good friends meet for a cool one. 3259 West 111th Street, just west of Kedzie. Tuesdays and Thursdays, they have $1.50 domestic bottles, $4 Guinness every day. Great people, great staff, and trivia switches to Monday nights starting January 14th. You don't want to miss that. At McKell's Inn, 3259 West 111th Street in Mount Greenwood. Bring your car to Quick Stop Muffler and Brake at 95th and Pulaski, and they'll fix it right. They also do shocks and struts, free estimates. Call them at 708-423-3700. They're very thorough in their work, and they have very competitive pricing. Quick Stop Muffler and Brake, 95th and Pulaski. Amelia's Bar and Grill is open for lunch and dinner daily at 46th and Halsted. They have private parties and catering. It's a very unique mixture of fine dining and Mexican specialties, brought to you by Chef Eusebio Garcia. get to Amelia's Bar and Grill at 46th and Halsted. We're back on the spotlight. We're talking Bulls. And sometimes when there's an injury, the classic thing NBA teams do is sign a guy to a 10-day contract, and that guy tries to play like he never played before so he can stick for a few more 10 days, and who knows, make the kind of impression that could get him back in the league permanently. That's the case with this man we're about to talk to. I know you probably don't know him, but we're going to try to tell you all we can about him through his own words and through our graphics on the screen. So it's time to meet the newest Bull. See what you think. Back with more Bulls, and just trying to get a feel for what you thought of the Bulls as an opponent, and then now you're in the mix here and see the differences.
Yeah, always, anytime you play the Bulls, you know you're in for a battle, physical. They always play great defense. So, yeah, I mean, it's good to be on this side of the ball. I think, I feel like I can do some things defensively, but, excited for the opportunity here.
Tell our viewers a little bit about your early roots in basketball, where you grew up, and maybe some players you modeled yourself after.
Well, I grew up in Colorado, in Boulder, and yeah, I mean, obviously I was a Jordan fan. I think everybody was. So I don't know if Dennis Rodman, I love his game as well. So I try to model my game off of that a little bit, I think. But yeah, I was a big Chicago Bulls fan. I was a kid. Denver Nuggets fan, obviously growing up there. But I think my first favorite team was definitely the Bulls.
That's very interesting. Yeah. I think that's probably true with people across the United States.
For sure.
And then as you went on in your career, you were playing probably the big position a lot. So were you hard pressed to work on ball handling skills, or is that something that you did in the off seasons a lot?
Yeah, off season you work on all aspects of the game. I try to work on my ball handling and my shooting and all that stuff in the off season. So yeah.
If you were comparing yourself to, let's say, somebody on how should I say, a top 10 player in your league, whose style of play would you most emulate?
Oh wow, that's a good question. I don't know. I mean, I've always been a fan of Shawn Marion just because of obviously when we both went to UNLV. I think we have similar games. I think he's a little undersized, but he's very athletic. The way he plays. I don't know. I mean, there's.
You're a fan of the up-tempo, though.
Yeah, for sure. I think Joakim Noah is another guy who I've always admired his game and the way he plays, the way he brings it every game, plays hard. So that's another guy for sure.
I hate to repeat the question I heard the earlier guy ask you, but it has to be asked about Coach Tibbs demanding defensive requirements, and I want to know how you fit in with that and your past history of playing D.
Yeah, I always just try to, use my athleticism and really just try to, do the right things, make the right rotations, play smart on defense. But I always, so much of defense is just about effort. So, I always try to give all that effort I can. And, when you make mistakes, you got to try to use your athleticism to recover. But, it's always been a part of my game, just giving all that effort. Yeah.
Who on this club have you ever played against much or gotten to know a little bit through your NBA travels?
I know Vlad a little bit. We played in Golden State together, so I know him a little bit. Who else? That's about it for the guys here. I mean, I know a lot of them just from playing them, but never really. I think Vlad is the only guy I've actually been a teammate with. So yeah.
Okay. What would you say your greatest success in the NBA? Which team were you on that did the most damage in a playoff?
I was on a Phoenix Suns team that went to the Western Conference Finals in 2008, and that was a tough team. Maybe 2009, but yeah, we had a really good team. We lost to the Lakers in 6. And it was a great run for us, and it was a really good team to be a part of.
And that's the kind of stuff you remember when you come here and you're getting primed for the playoffs and you're saying, I want to take it one more step.
Oh yeah, I mean you always remember that. Those playoff runs. You always, they're special times. So you always remember those games, and you always want to try to get back. So yeah, I mean if I can help this team get there, obviously they're a good team already. So we just need to kind of get over that hump.
Well, we wish you the best. Maximize your minutes.
Yeah.
When you're in there, and keep getting those extensions.
Okay, thank you, sir.
With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. Huck Finn is open. You've got to get to Lansing Floral Shop. Open at 8 a.m. daily. Besides a great array of live flowers, they have custom silks, Bridgewater candles. They want you to plan your parties early at a wide delivery area. They're located at 3420 Ridge Road in Lansing, or you can call 708-474-1212. Weddings, funerals, birthdays, anniversaries, and guys, try the No Reason flower. Believe me, it works. Lansing Floral Shop. Give them a call, 708-474-1212.
Little Frank's Pizzeria and Bar. Thursday, $1.50 Miller Old Style. And of course, my trivia games alternate Thursdays. The next one, Thursday, March 14th. They have $12 large pizza and pitcher all day, every day? Easy to reach at 79th and Narragansett. Check out Little Frank's. You'll be glad you did. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie does tune-ups, transmission, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes, and emission system repair. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., and they've done a great job for me. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie. I just went to At the Office Sports Bar and Grill, had some fantastic soup. They have appetizers, flatbreads, burgers, wraps, paninis, 20 sandwiches, salads. They're at 4901 Cal Sag Road in Crestwood. It's near 132nd and Cicero. You've got to go to At the Office.
One of the men, the only one I know, who played Major League Baseball in 5 separate decades, Minnie Minoso, is here with us tonight. And when I talked about Southside Hitmen, one of the key players on that 1977 team that captured the imagination of Chicagoland, please welcome Eric Soderholm.
That doesn't Minnie look like a painter?
Yeah.
Like a painter, doesn't he?
Well, what can I do? That's the champion today. I never played for the champion team in my life. Today, this is the first time I played with
It
a
is the
champion.
first time he was with a champion.
And this here, over here, and I love it.
Well,
I'll interpret for you if you have trouble understanding.
You understand what I say?
I do understand, and
That's all right.
And I think with that positive PR thing, you just won yourself the job as the main TV spokesperson for Champions.
Or
the American.
bartender, one of the two.
As long as he wants
You
to.
wanted me to take it off?
No,
look, I was teasing.
It's you.
I'm ugly all the ways. I don't have to look good.
Hey, you know what I want to ask you about? I want to ask you about way back in 1980, after you had already done quite an achievement playing in the 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s. You went to bat again.
Right?
Tell the folks about batting in 1980. That was under the Bill Veeck regime, right?
Absolutely right.
Tell the folks who you were batting against and how you prepared.
Well, before I have to say it, this is the guy who brought me up since 1948 in the Negro League to the American League. This is Mr. Bill Veeck. And he have all my respect. Even so he passed, but in my heart, he always with me. Either him and Francis, his wife and his family. There's nothing different. You can ask this guy here. There's nothing different.
About hitting the baseball?
The years going by, we get old, but we still, baseball is the same way. We step up there, nothing they can fool us with them. Because I know there's a baseball.
I'm glad he's speaking for himself and not me.
But I tell you the truth, because I'm going to be in 1990 or 91 in the new stadium, and whoever pitches to me, I want to put something on because I'm going to hit it.
Line right back at his head.
Wow.
If I don't hit it line right, I might bond it, beat it out, and I'll be feeling my whole life 300 even.
Wow, that's quite a lofty goal. Now, Eric, although you didn't play in 5 decades, you came back from a very traumatic injury and started a new career, leaving Minnesota, playing for the White Sox, and reflect a little on that 1977 White Sox team.
Well, we were a team that was 100-1 in Las Vegas before the season started, so no one expected us to do anything. And Bill Veeck had picked up Richie Zisk and Oscar Gamble and myself as free agents, and we pleasantly surprised the whole town of Chicago, having a 5-game lead in August. 100-1 is quite a shock to not only Vegas people but everybody. And we didn't finish number 1, but it was an exciting year. They called us the Southside Hitmen. A lot of home runs that year. We won a lot of games, 12-10. We didn't have a real good pitching staff, but we sure provided a lot of entertainment that year.
And the song "Na Na Hey Hey" became popular all over again. Now, to change gears, moving way ahead of the 1989 White Sox, an interesting core of young pitchers, but maybe not, certainly not the kind of offensive punch that some of the clubs you guys have played on, especially Eric. Minnie, what do you project for the new crop of White Sox players?
I'm going to tell you, so far I'm happy because we're in the first place.
Haven't played a game yet.
But I think everything's going to be all right, and I agree with the decision the general manager and owner, they made it, to make it an on-ball club from the all minor league team.
Rebuild from within.
Right.
It's a good philosophy.
I think it's good because you're not going to have what we have in 1977, Mr. Sarahome. That's the word I used to call it.
Sarahome. Yeah. It sounds like Sarahome.
Meaning no Sarahome, there's Sarahome. There's one of him, 6 and different guy come up and bring this kind of thing that I figured I'm going to have by this time $7,000-8,000 in my pocket for the World Series. We give him meeting already how that we're going to share the money. And for that, I was coaching by this time. And for the years, I don't have even 1 penny of those World Series money in my pocket. So that was a different story now.
Well, it's different.
I eat on the pasta twice just...
Salerno's Restaurant and Pizzeria at Grand and Racine is the place to go before United Center Pavilion, Bulls, Hawks, Cubs, and Sox too. Dine in or carry out with great family recipes, including homemade pastas, steaks, seafood, a great fun bar area. Meet people. Have a tremendous time. At Salerno's Restaurant and Pizzeria, Grand and Racine, you'll find a great variety of foods for you to enjoy at Salerno's.
Albo's Sandwich Shop is new. They got good stuff. Open 11 a.m. Monday through Saturday. Italian beef, sausage, meatball, steak sandwiches, parmesan, soups, Italian subs, salads. At 6316 Archer, right around Mobile, Albo's Sandwich Shop. Really good stuff. A Touch of Ireland has imported clothing, giftware, things for St. Patrick's Day, Waterford Crystal, Belique, Irish dance shoes and socks, baby, christening, communion, confirmation, and cloud arrays. At 6761 West 95th Street, you've got to get to A Touch of Ireland. Swanson's Deli, Beverly Ritz Catering, homemade soups and salads, fresh sandwiches, eat in or take out, daily specials for lunch or dinner, and home of the famous cheese ball at 2414 West 103rd Street at Western. You've got to get there, and their catering serves any size. Swanson's Deli, Beverly Ritz Catering, 2414 West 103rd Street at Western in Chicago. Reggie's is a great place with tons of music, interesting people and staff, great food and drink at 21st and State. And amongst the cool things they have, Benkowski Trivia. I'll be back on Monday, March 18th at 7. Reggie's, 21st and State, a fun place. We close out this week's show with Mike Ditka, a 1989 segment after a Bears win, but he doesn't sound happy.
It's Green Bay, and basically we try to get the ball to the outside guy. You know, the guy that was short going out instead of the guy coming in. But no, I mean, they're there. I mean, you can run a slant. I mean, you can always run a slant pretty well. So maybe we'll hit a couple of those this week. That's a good thought.
Mike, how much of a motivational factor will it be that their offense was named Offense of the Week after they beat you?
Were you asking me that or them? You better ask them. I'm not playing Sunday.
Neal's injury affect the play call?
None. Thomas can run in there, and if he's not able to put Taylor in and run, it just it doesn't. You can't let it bother your play calling. Either he can run or he can't, or he catch the ball or he can't. I think the one thing probably is we don't throw the ball to him as much. We had some routes in there yesterday where we could have thrown the ball to him, and I think that's probably why we didn't. But yet he caught the ball well in practice last week, so if I'd have been the quarterback, I would have probably chanced and thrown it out to him.
Mike, have you thought at all about starting Gentry?
He is going to start. Don't you listen to the radio?
I heard you say
some of us were on airplanes. For those of us who were on airplanes.
He's going to start along with Wendell. Good question.
Does that mean Dennis is...
No, it says he's going to start. What'd you ask me? You asked me a question. He's going to start. What did I tell you last week about our starters? Let's go back to what I said last week about our starters.
I know what you said last week.
Okay.
Is Dennis still going to rotate, though?
We'll see.
Any other lineup changes? Other than injury?
Wolford will play this week.
Planning to use more cars?
Yeah, even cars on punts might not be bad. I know he's going to catch it back there, and whether he can run with it, maybe he can't run as good as some other people, but maybe he'll hold on to it a little better. So, we're going to look at some other people back there on punts also.
Mike, how much of Dennis McKinnon is it that he had a bad day, and how much is it that he criticized other players that's bothering you?
I don't. That's not important. It's just that both of them are evils, and so which one's a greater evil? That's all. I would say criticizing your teammate is a little greater evil than having a bad day. Everybody has bad days. You've even had one, haven't you?
Does Butler getting close to the record, does that change your strategy at all on where you might have him kick a field goal?
Nope. And I don't think it changes his. He'd like to kick it from 53 if he could, but if it hopefully it's a couple. Wherever it's from, hopefully he makes it. That's the best way to put it. No, it doesn't change our strategy at all. I don't think he wanted to kick one yesterday, and I didn't want him to kick one yesterday at the end. There was no point in it.
What was the 4th and 18 yesterday? You made the first down, you did the right thing, but it would have been a 53-yard field goal.
Well, that never entered into my mind. Why we went 4th and 18 yesterday is because I just felt that they couldn't do anything against us with their offense. It didn't matter where we gave them the ball. To punt the ball, we gained nothing. And a 53-yard field goal would have been dead into the wind, which would have been totally impossible because the longest we could possibly kick it from looked like the ball on about the 20-some yard line, where it would have been about a 43-yard line. Looked like the most we could have kicked it. Man, that was pushing it from what Kevin told me. So that never crossed my mind. We were going for it, period. We made it. We were fortunate, I guess.
What was the difference of opinion in the second half on the sidelines about the play call?
There was none. No difference of opinion. But what looks like and what is different, Sometimes black looks like white and white looks like black.
This week's show brought to you by the Lansing Floral Shop.
Call for your flowers at 708-474-1212. Huck Finn, a great wide-ranging menu, along with donuts and ice cream. Open 24 hours at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero.
Imprint Graphics, leaders in booklet, perfect bound, saddle stitch. Very competitive pricing. Call 708-396-1010.